we're going to tell some Disney stories, because we have been to Disney World many times in this RV that we are currently sitting in. We stay at Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. And this will be some of our stories. Our first story is the story of the time we went to Chef Mickey's Buffet in the Contemporary, and it was a lot of fun. The food wasn't great, but it was a buffet, so that was good. And our older brother Curtis wound up eating a little bit too much, and then we got back to the camper, and this was the night before Easter. It was like 3 in the morning, probably, and he started puking all over the camper. And on Easter morning, 3 in the morning on Easter morning, and he's puking everywhere.
I woke up and I had no idea what was going on, because I woke up and everybody was like steam cleaning the carpet, and it was hustle and bustle, and it was really confusing for me because nobody would tell me what was going on.
Yeah. So that's one story. And so the next story is the time we were in line for Big Thunder Mountain, and some people, they were some kids. They were, what would you say, 13, maybe 14?
No, I think it was like a high school trip type thing.
No, they weren't. They weren't.
It looked like a school group.
They were younger, and there was probably about 5 of them. And they kept, you know how on Thunder Mountain there's 2 lines and there's a divider in the middle? Well, these people, they kept hopping over the rail, going from line to line, cutting in front of people. And then some people hopped over the rail in front of us, and we're like, alright, not happy about that. And so a couple of the kids hopped over the rail and wound up in front of us. And then one of their friends was behind us in line, and he kept trying to shove through our family.
Can I get to my
in
group?
the line? Yeah, he's like, I gotta get to my group, and we're just like, no, because A, your group your group cut us in line, and B, if you're separated from your group has to wait for you. Those are the rules of Disney. You don't get to cut the line because somebody from your group is ahead. If somebody from your group is ahead, they wait there until the group catches up.
It was really funny because it was in the area, like he said, with the 2 lines.
Yeah, and you're like going down to get on. We're almost at the end.
There's people above you, and there's people all around you.
Yeah,
and it was a big scene.
And our dad, he's a bigger guy, and he takes up quite a bit of the rail to wall space. And this kid started trying to squeak by, and our dad just shoves himself against the wall. So the kid's got his arm trapped between our dad and the wall. He's like, bleh, bleh, bleh. So then, after a minute, his friends in front of us in line were waiting there, and then as we passed them, they apologized, and one of them was crying. So it wasn't the most magical experience right then and there, but it was a funny incident.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened.
Wait, pause. I have another story. So,
Jesus.
Are you a fan of The Middle, the TV show on ABC, now Freeform? Well, we were there when they were filming their Disney episode.
That was awesome.
And we were on Splash Mountain moments before they got off Splash Mountain. So if we had just stayed there for 1 minute maybe, we would have saw all of them. But we didn't. We just went through the line, and then we wound up seeing the mom from the show in Epcot like a day later. But the funny part of the story is we kind of stalked her down. We kept checking people's tweets and stuff, finding out where they were, and then we saw a film crew set up at Epcot, and so we just hung out around that area waiting. And then she finally came out, and she's walking, and she walked around into a back door area that takes you out of the park, basically.
it was funny because our mom wanted a picture, but instead of going up and asking her for a picture,
she just stayed back and took a couple pictures. So that was kind of funny. We basically stalked her down and got a picture. None of us got a picture with her, but we just got a picture of her, which we could have just got off Google Images. But
we saw her.
We saw her. Our next story involves Splash Mountain, and we're on the ride, and it got shut down, and somebody had to come and let us off the ride. Now, we were on an outdoor part of the ride.
The first part where you go around the big drop.
Yeah, and you get a big view of the whole park. We were on that first part. And
we were just about to go up the hill.
Yeah. So then two people came over, and one of them had a special tool which unlocks the safety bar, and then the other one was just like there to help corral us, I guess. But the guy with the safety tool wasn't playing it too smart. He's like standing half on the boat and half on land, and he unlocks the thing, and he falls into the water.
He put his foot on the track that like keeps the boat inside the water and not hit the edge, and his foot slipped off.
He slipped in, and like half his leg went in. He was all wet. It was funny.